Hey, this is Katalyst. You're watching the What's Happening EPK, coming out on BBE in April. Real music for real people. Peace. I started producing music in about '95 when I first saw someone using a sampler. So I was already collecting records. My old man was a bit of a vinyl enthusiast, so I suddenly realised that people were making hip-hop, which I was also collecting through sampling bits of old records on this Akai sampler that I saw. So pretty much from there I saved up, got myself one and learned how to use it. Oh yeah, primarily work on computer and MPC. I've got a bunch of outboard gear that I use in the writing and mixing process. The concept of the record is really to make some sort of social comment, the title What's Happening, a theme that I put together to get all the different vocalists to be able to make some sort of social comment. People like Premier and Pete Rock, obviously the people that influenced them also influenced me, James Brown and the whole sort of funk soul movement throughout the 60s and 70s. And other artists that I've worked more closely with, like Jeff Barrow from Portishead, has been a big influence just because we co-run the label Invader that I released the album on here in Australia. So we're good friends and spend a lot of time sort of talking music. And outside of that, just the surroundings that the music's made in. One of the things that got me into writing music was listening to music and it making me feel good. Making me feel reflective, or making me feel introspective or excited or angry. And so those emotions were what kind of drove me to start creating music. And I guess what's happening is just an extension of that. So good music is good music, man. I think it transcends boundaries and time to some extent. Recorded the album almost solely at my studio in Sydney, Australia. Different guests on the record, quite varied. I've got a couple of Australian guests that I've worked with quite closely. Steve Spacek, who I sort of hooked up with after he moved to Australia.
We could be friends. It's such little time to have so much fun in this world.
I've also got Young Gun from the UK. J-Live recorded himself in his studio in New York as well.
You got your shines on and you're feeling yourself, but you want more than that because you're killing yourself.
Diverse was recorded out here. Supernat recorded while he was here. Stephanie McKay recorded from memory in New York.
Yo, Katalyst, drop that beat. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Apart from those vocals and a couple of little additional piano bits by Stu Hunter, it was pretty much all done here. Hip hop, soul and funk primarily, whether it be instrumental or featuring vocalists. I guess that's the core of the record, and everything outside of that's just an extension of those styles. I mean, I look to a lot of different styles when actually making the music. I guess there's rock influences, psych influences and that sort of thing, but I think the finished product is primarily those three genres. I think people need to still be looking through old dusty records to get a feel for the history of the music that they're sampling, to really understand what they're going on to create. So I guess there's a tradition with a lot of the old school producers. That's how they learn about a lot of the interesting jazz cats and stuff that they're sampling today. I think I'm probably to learn the biggest lessons from this record in the near future, because it's not often until you can kind of look back on a project and kind of go, yeah, I really got this and that out of that project. I think it's taught me that I've got more good records left in me, and this is just the start.